Hello and welcome to Catherine Eats Raw Cookie Dough and Discusses Romance Novels, because that is the Valentine's Day that's coming up for us. So, Valentine's Day is coming up, and since, you know, we're all in quarantine this year, we're all a little wee bit lonely, I thought that I would, you know, give you some romantic book recs, because what do we do on this channel if not read and forget? So I picked out 5 books. One's like of varying topic romance, and I'm hoping that you'll enjoy at least one of them. I don't know what the percentage is of like 1 of 5, but if you enjoy even one of them, I think it'll be worth it. I wanted to start off with The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I know this is the most basic booktube romance novel ever, but it's an old favorite of mine, so it goes on the list. I just made my roommate read it, and we had so many good discussions about it. This is set in a publishing house, and the two, like, I guess, assistants of the two bosses of the publishing company are like, they have the same office, and they like they pretty much run the company, and they have like this, they play this game where they act like they hate each other, but they so clearly don't. And y'all know I'm a sucker for a good enemies to lovers trope, so this is super fun. Very like, as with most romance novels, the conflict is very like, oh my god, you literally, this is not even a problem. You could just resolve this by discussing it, or even like thinking critically about yourself for 1 second. But when you go into a romance novel, especially an enemies to lovers trope like romance novel, that's what you're expecting. So don't say I didn't warn you, but if you're looking for a fun little time, The Hating Game by Sally Thorne is super quick. I think it's only like 400 pages, and it flies by. It's also so like tropey and fun. There are so many like fanfic narrative devices in here, and it's just a delight. Next, I wanted to recommend Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. If you've been on this channel for any amount of time, you know that I adore Red, White, and Royal Blue. I will link my full video review up in the cards, and that has no spoilers in it. So I can't speak eloquently on the topic because I'm quite frankly too sensitive to not like cry when I discuss it, and that wouldn't lend itself to good videos. So I'm gonna just tell you that this is about the son of the United States president, who in this universe is a woman, and the like Prince of Wales, and they like they also, oh, I'm really exposing myself here as like an enemies to lovers, like that person, but they also like dislike each other, but they don't. So I will link that video review upstairs, and if you want to check that out, I speak much less succinctly on it, but with as much if not more passion, so if you'd like to watch that. Next, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. You know I had to do it to ya. She's the foundation of the channel. It had to happen. I think that no romance novel will ever live up to the Pride and Prejudice like storyline. I think that Lizzie and Darcy they like, not only as romantic characters are so interesting, but I think that what they represent about society as a whole, and like gender interaction, fascinating. You honestly don't even have to read it if you want. My personal favorite is the 2005 version with Keira Knightley. The movies are excellent, and not to be like a dork, but like their soundtracks are excellent for studying too. So I'll just leave that there for you. Do with it as you will. Next, Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I just reread this month. Trigger warning for rape, but there's like a couple, I mean, everyone knows what Outlander is about. Like, this woman, it's set in like World War II, but is it? Because she's like married to this guy, and then she's taken back through these stones in Scotland, and she ends up in like the 1700s, and she falls in love and is like, she has to marry this guy named Jamie, and they like, she has to decide like, oh, do I want to go back to my like old life with my husband and my like, with my like sanitation and hygiene, or do I want to stay with this like rogue man? you know, it's just a fun little jaunt. It is a chunky sucker though. It'll take you a hot minute. She is big. She's a brick. You could kill a man with that thing. But it's super fun. There's a lot of rape in it, and it's not pleasant to read. I did skip a lot of those sections. But it's fun, you know? It's just a fun little journey. Finally, last but not least, Autobiography by Christina Lauren. Now, you know Christina Lauren is a queen, so we had to have something by her on this list. This is about young queer writers who live in a Mormon town. They have super, like, close-knit families. They are grappling with their identity in a small conservative town, something that I myself know a little bit about. And I think that it not only is an excellent romance story about, like, the first time you fall in love and, like, especially your first queer relationship as a queer person, like, what that does for you. I think it also just is excellent about identity and self-discovery. I did cry my eyes out, not gonna lie, prepared the tissues for them, but I think that it's just a really good book. It's really good. I forgot that I was supposed to be eating cookie dough this whole time. I just got so distracted. So, oh god. So that was 5 books that I recommend you read on Valentine's Day. If you're feeling a certain type of way, I tried to get a nice, like, all-encompassing set so that it could be, like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We have some straight romances. We have a couple heteros just for all y'all, just in case. We have a classic. We've got one that's a bit more sexual if you're interested in that sort of thing. Outlander has a ton of sex scenes. And actually 3 of the 5 have enemies to lovers tropes in them, so I've really revealed myself here. But I hope you're doing well. I hope you and your family are safe and healthy. I hope that your February is going well. 2021, what can I say? It's a crazy time to be alive. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.